Hey, there we are. We're back. Welcome back to the stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is November 1st, 2018. We're going to write a little bit of code today, and we're going to be limping along a little bit, it feels like. Before I get too far into that, Coding with Luce, I saw that resub 7 months in a row with a Tier 2 subscription. Thanks so much. We'll make some donations to Girl Develop It on your behalf. Thank you very much. I'm going all code project today. Check out the hat. It's got a green alien on it so you can see right through him. So, they gave me a mug, so we're going to represent code project as well. Yeah, it's see-through. You like that? Oh, man. So, it feels like this happens to me every now and again. It literally, something happens, something gets set up, something goes weird with my machine. I came in, I sat down in the office here, and nothing worked. Quite literally, Docker didn't work, Firefox didn't work, Skype didn't work, and they all came up and said, oh, we've got updates to apply. And every single one of them failed. The automatic updates failed on every single one of them. So I am on my 5th reboot in the last half hour to try and get things back up and running, and Docker is still not running. This is just the way things are with Docker. It literally, when I apply a patch, does not work. There is, something funny that happens there that I am not happy with. It is, I don't find it too reliable when I apply patches. And that's why I avoid applying patches when I get problems like this. So let's get some music playing in the background here so that we can get focused. We don't have to think too much about this. Today I'm going to play Orchid. And it doesn't want to start for me. Are you kidding? This is Docker on Windows, Dark Jeepers. And for some reason, the music on my... oh, yeah. The Stream Deck just crashed. It doesn't get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Stream Deck crashed. Oh, man. Life is so good. Yep. There it is, Stream Deck. Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go behind the scenes here a little bit. Oh, yeah. Hey, Welsh Ronaldo, good to see you. It's time for Microsoft to buy Docker so the updates might work some of the time, says Stelzy79. No. No, we're not going to go into that. Look at this. Task Manager now is not responding. This is so wonderful. Literally, overnight, without rebooting my machine, everything broke. All right, let's try this again. Stream Deck. We're going to try running Stream Deck again. Because literally all my widgets and things are gone. And for some reason, even though I tell it to remember my Stream Deck, it doesn't actually remember it. Let's try this again. Orchid. Nope. There's the song. And it says it's playing. There it goes. Are my other sound effects going to work? Oops. No, don't play that one. All right, we're going to at least get that working. Good. So here's what I'm seeing with Docker, and this is really handy. This feels wonderful when I see this happen. Docker is starting, and it's literally sitting there and nothing. Docker on Windows always screws up my network adapters. And Dark Jeepers, that's a symptom that I saw at the start of this, was I went to launch Docker, and literally it couldn't connect to GitHub. It couldn't connect to Twitch. Couldn't connect to anything. What the heck is that? Maybe still some zombies left from yesterday, says Tagaron. I don't know about that one. We might not have fallen quite that far off here. Let's see. What does my Hyper-V manager say? Let's take a look at that one. So I have that up. It says that it's running, but it also says it's at 0%. Let's reset that. So now we've got it. And this is, it says okay over here. No application data. Still have Docker in kind of a hanging state over here, which feels so good. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden the Stream Deck is like double sensitive. Double clutching on things here. This is going to feel weird if I don't have this running with all my stuffs. All my stuffs. That's a little bit better. Let's see what we can do here. So this is kind of hanging. I'm going to force the Docker for Windows bit here to stop.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, CM Chris Jones. Thanks so much. 4 months in a row. Very, very cool. Thanks so much for the resub. We'll match and make a donation to Girl Development. Oregon, is it Oregon Tea? Hey, old goat, thanks so much for the follow. You know what? I still have my Streamlabs set up with alerts from yesterday. Gosh, we should fix that while we're here too. I should have reset everything back. But look at this. All right, now we finally get the red here. HVSock proxy is not available. I don't care. Restart it. Die. Go away. I tried to kill you. You won't go away. Look at that. I love this. I have a browser open with 2 tabs, and I'm using up a gig of memory. Are you kidding? Maybe you have an error description within the running Docker VM. Well, how about the running Docker VM just disappeared? How about that one? That's a little crazy. Huh? So it just restarted. Why is Skype running? I'll leave NDI up. We'll get rid of Logitech. All right. So let's see if we can debug a little bit here. Move things around a little bit. I'm going to flip my alert box back to Steve while I'm here. And I'm going to remove my default bits here, the alert variations I had for those yesterday. Good. And I'm going to put Steve back in for follows. Here we go. I'll let you see this. So I had it as the pumpkin head punch guy. We're going to get rid of that. And we're going to go back to... There he is. Go back to our buddy Steve. No. We're going to change this and we're going to go to... There he is. Yes, Steve, you're a little loud sometimes. So we're going to turn you back. And we're back to normal. All right. Let's see. What else can we do to try and fix what's going on over here with Docker? So Moby Linux VM is sitting there, and honestly, there's a Docker service that hangs out here. And there it is. I'm going to kill you too. There's Docker D. Goodbye. Now let's see if we can force the whole shooting match to restart. Developers. Indeed, Mr. Demon Wolf. Yes. Service not running. I know. Of course, you better ask me for elevated access if you're going to start a service. Good. Come on. Come on, little fella. You can do it. Here we go.
New month, new cheer.
Thank you so much, Turrican. And that's going to... you caught me a little early here, but I'm going to make a note of that. There we go. Docker is starting. Let's see if we can get that to start. So let's fire up Notepad here for a second. All right. So here's what we're doing. I am starting a program starting this month. Going forward, we're going to try and do this as much as possible. And this is called, I've tentatively called this Bits for Bytes. Here's the deal. No mischief, Svava. No mischief. Here's the deal. When I'm working on code, if you cheer, I will... There we go. Docker is running. Oh, my gosh. If I'm working on code, when you cheer, I will mark the code with cheer graffiti. Cheer graffiti will look something like... Well, we just saw something from Turrican. And I will write something like this on November 1, 2018. And we'll drop that right into our code to show that you supported, you enjoyed, you lended your voice. Loaned your voice to whatever piece of code it was that we were working on. And we'll add this comment, this little piece of, I'm going to call it cheer graffiti, into our code, and we'll commit that to source control. Everybody will be able to see it going forward that you helped support that. Now, of course, we will always match, and we'll send those bits over to our friends at Girl Develop It. At the end of the month, you can see at the top of the chat room over on Twitch, there is a scoreboard for the month's cheers. Whoever's the top of the scoreboard at the end of the month will have a chance, will be offered an opportunity to pair program with me live on stream, working on one of our projects, maybe working on something that you're interested in collaborating on. Hey, Mr. Demon Wolf, thank you so much for that. So I'm actually gonna make note of a couple of these so I can get those into the first block of code that we work on here. Now that Docker's running, I can close this. I can close that, and let's see if we can refresh some of my things here in OBS so that we get everything. There we go. There's our rainbow beard. Let's get our local follower count working. And I am leaving up our advertisers from yesterday. If you didn't join us yesterday, we had a great time. There was some other guy running the show yesterday. It wasn't me. It looked nothing like me. There we go. We got all the things happening. Gotta show my pride. That's great, Mr. Demon Wolf, without question. And it's... Okay, help me out. Is that so? Is that... Help me out how you pronounce it, but thank you so much for that subscription. A tier 1, you're going to get the .NET bot, and we'll make a donation to Girl Develop It. I also want to thank some of our friends from the creative community. Fairy Wings, Quill Tony, and some of those other folks over there. Some of those other streamers sent folks over to give us a follow, to help out towards our Rainbow Beard Challenge goal, 4165 of 5,000. If we get to 5,000 by December 1st, I will dye my beard rainbow colored for the Dev Intersection Conference. And it will be amazing. There's a question from Salaticus. Anyone have jobs for disabled coders? I don't have any knowledge of any right now. And what do you mean by disabled? I think there's always an opportunity for folks to be able to participate as a coder. If you can write code, if you can make code happen, and you can convert requirements, bug reports into features, I don't think you're disabled at all. If you're able to make that happen, I think you're a darn good coder. Hey, good afternoon, the High Redeemer. Seat ridden. That's fine. Not a problem in my opinion. Just need to make sure you have appropriate access to a facility. But if you're out there and you're looking to hire someone, drop Salaticus a whisper. All right. I want to open up a new Firefox here. Let's wander over. We had a great time yesterday talking about all kinds of things, Halloween-themed capabilities around our code. I forgot to put my name in there. There we go. And I want to come back to something that one of our friends said. Fairy wings. Thanks so much for that cheer. We'll match that and we'll get that over to Girl Develop It. Thank you so much. You caught me early here, but I will put you in the list here. We'll add to our cheer graffiti that will drop into our first block of code that we work on here. But one of the things that was suggested from, it was actually from Quiltony, was, hey, we need a hype command in our chatbot so that we can promote and we can do shout outs and we can reach out to other folks that are here on Twitch or that are doing some cool things and be able to show our appreciation. So I want to come back into the chatbot we've been working on. It looks like I have this top command from Nemanja has been hanging out here forever. I think we want to take a look at merging this. I think we want to try and merge this, and then we want to also look at the other one here. We have a unit test that's not quite working properly that it looks like Patrick has a fix for. And then I want to write a hype command because Quiltony says so. Right there. Okay? It's because Quiltony says so. And we'll talk about chat a little bit here as we get into this. But when we write the hype command, I will drop in these three. Yeah, these three cheer graffitis, right? That's what we're going to call these. Does that make sense? What do we think? Is that good? Let me know. So let's take a look at our pull requests here. I'm going to open PowerShell. There's PowerShell. I actually have a hotkey on my keyboard that jumps me right into PowerShell. And this is a project we've been working on called Stream Tools. I'm going to make sure I pull in the latest here. A Bits to Bytes feature for the Fritzbot. That's not a bad idea either, Janesco. But we need to discuss that a little bit. We need to figure out what exactly does that do. What does it do? We need to figure out what that is. All right. Good. So we're up to date. Let's take a look at this first one here from Nemanja. Now, I thought I had continuous integration has not been set up for this project, so we're actually going to have to test this by hand. But this is a new command to get the contributors' information. So if you look up at the top of the screen, you see the scroll going by. That's a list of everybody that's contributed to our projects through pull requests, live on, not live, but during our stream. Rambling Geek says, had an idea driving into work today. We should use the Virus Total API for any uploads to the wiki. What's the Virus Total API, Rambling Geek? Can you give me a little bit of information? Catching bits for those who cheered is what Janescu is saying. Let me come back to that and we'll talk a little bit further about it. I don't want to get too distracted from this. Write down your thoughts, because we will come back to that in a little bit here. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at, there's 15 files that changed here. This introduces a top command to get the top contributors from GitHub and output them into the chat. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Just looking here. Get recent contributors. Good. Okay. And it's returning for each repository the top contributors, the top month contributors, the top ever contributors. That might be a lot. I mean, I'm thinking this might be, right, if there's 5 for each one of these, and I've got 3 different sections for each repository. I've got 15 lines. I've got 3 repositories. That's 45 lines of chat that's being dropped in there. Scan files for virus. Ooh, that is a good idea, Rambling Geek. Can you do me a favor? Let's open an issue for that in the Core Wiki repository, and make sure you drop in that link. That looks like a really good idea for the Core Wiki project. We will definitely want to talk about that. I worry that this might be too much data that's being dropped into chat. Is the message ever set in this function? Ooh, you got a very good point. Message equals string empty, and message is never set to the output of the builder. Nice catch. Nice catch. Well done. I think you're right. So that would be a problem. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. Startup, information about configuration. This is a spacing change. Hide the white space changes. Try it again. So, right, here's the new command that's appending the information. Some changes here because of API, Visual Studio version. I don't care. I don't care. Well, actually, what is this? Stream analytics. That's okay. Get recent. Okay, so we're adding an API endpoint. Get recent contributors. That's fine. GitHub repository. Updated event orgs. Yeah, okay. No problem. Add an HTTP client for the top command. I'm okay with that. The horizontal scroll, this is a spacing thing. That's a merge issue that somehow got added in here. That'll be weird. Okay. I'm actually going to reply to this. I see a few issues that need to be addressed before we merge. Look for my comments inline. Okay, let's go back to the files, and I'm going to add that. Very good catch. The message content is never set here to the builder to string, right? So what's happening here, right, is they're using a string builder. A string builder lets us collect and build out, here's what a really long string, a really long block of text that we want to output. And it does it in a memory efficient way. But we never set the message that we're returning to the output of that. So that's a problem right there. And then further down here, we saw the merge markers. Why are these merge markers included in the PR? All right, let's at least get those two things cleaned up. I'm also going to put an entry in here. Can we also get a unit test to go along with this? Finally, I'd like the top command to require a project name so that we do not flood chat. I think that's fair. Why using single comment instead of review and posting all at once? Just the first thing that I grabbed onto. Pudata. Pudata? Is that how you pronounce that? So, I'm going to move on to the other one. Fix chatbot unit test. Patrick had it to fix that test, and the chatbot test does not pass on the dev branch. Little fixes, sorted usings, remove redundant empty lines, fixed code formatting, change in tests. That's fine. Let's take a quick peek here. Yeah. Let's grab this and give this a try. So I am going to copy down the command line instructions. So there's a little clipboard here that I can click that'll copy these. I'll go over to my command line, paste in those two commands, and it'll switch, go pull everything down, and now I can run it here locally and see if it actually fixes things. So I am going to open this folder. You can always, inside of your command prompt, you can always type start period, and it'll open Explorer right to that folder. Here? No, not there. Where'd Visual Studio go? There it is. I'm always using the Visual Studio Preview because I want you to see the cool, latest and greatest things that are going on with Visual Studio. CPB Dev says, what's the .NET world like for CI servers? It's really good, actually. We did a stream 2-3 weeks ago where we set up our Core Wiki project with continuous integration. I've had continuous integration set up for with AppVeyor in the past, and currently I have Core Wiki set up with continuous integration using Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps has free continuous integration where it'll build and test your code free for any open source project. You can get up to 5 builds for your open source project from Azure DevOps and the folks at Microsoft. Really cool stuff. If you go over to our Core Wiki project and you're interested in seeing what that looks like, let me just show you a quick way you can get in there. Click into Core Wiki here. If you click into the commits, you'll see the little checks next to these, and it'll jump you right into the project for Core Wiki on Azure DevOps. This is public. It's available for anybody to see. Who knew? What? I can't get to the project. Can't get to the group, but I can get to Core Wiki, right? There we go. Let me copy that and paste it in. There you go. How am I capturing Visual Studio Code? I try to capture it in OBS, and the only way I can get it to work is with display capture. Yeah, so this is, I'm display capturing over here. And it's right there. Let me turn on, there it is. I'll turn on Karnak so you can see my hotkeys here. But what we merged in from Patrick is supposed to fix our tests here. So let's run all of our tests. This will build and run all of the tests in this project, all in one shot for us. And in just a second, come on, we should see all of our tests run and a whole lot of green over there. And then we'll roll over and we'll figure out what we want to do for our hype command. Now, is Fairy Wings still here? She is. So Fairy Wings, when you do a hype command, right, we typically emit a whole bunch of emotes. Is that something that should be configurable, or is there really a standard hype command that everybody uses with standard set of emotes? What do you think? And the rest of the chat room, please chime in also. I want to make sure that I build the command appropriately here. Looks good. I've got all my tests working. That makes me feel good when I see all of my tests working in the project. So I'm going to just merge in Patrick's changes here because he just changed the tests. Thanks for the update. I am more confident in our code now. We should set up a build pipeline for Stream Tools as well. How these Stream Tools data are rendering onto screen using WPF. No, Viasu. They're actually web pages. So check this out. This is really cool. I like this. If I go to, is it 8081? Is that where I have it? No. I think it's in 8, maybe it's 8,000. Is that where I put it? Yeah. It's not, is it 8001? Is that where I put it? Yeah, I know. Advanced, add exception, do it. Oh, you stink. You stink. Where are you going? Stand by. Let me take a look at this real quick. It is... no. Yes, that one. I forget where I have it listing. Yeah, localhost 8000. But it's not SSL. There we go. So these are the stream tools that we're actually running, and you see embedded here like these things below me. So that follower count right there, that's actually something that we wrote here on stream. And right, the current viewers right there is just this bit right here. Now we do need to improve the documentation in here a little bit. Current viewers knows how to use other services. So if we wanted to hook up to, like we originally wanted to Mixer and YouTube and other services, we'll actually get additional icons for each one of those services. And they would appear appropriately next to this. So what I've done, Viasu, is I've actually got a browser source in OBS that points to this web page and just puts those characters right here below me. Same thing with the Rainbow Beard goal. That's our follower goal widget over here. And I have all kinds of settings that you can drop in there. But more interesting than, here's all the settings you can use. We actually wrote a configurator. It's so cool. So I can do all kinds of things here, and I can test what this looks like when I get to 4998. That's what it'll look like. It'll automatically detect what's an appropriate font color if you click this button. I can add and remove colors from the rainbow if I'd like. All kinds of neat gimmicks and tricks that I can pull to try out and make something that looks however I'd like. So this is available for you if you want to download and give it a try from my GitHub repository. I want it to be a Docker. Image that anybody can download and start using wherever they might be. I ask about CI because this issue would benefit from having CI. Amen. I'd say that hype should be configurable so that affiliates partners can use their own emote or pattern of emotes. That's not a bad idea, Gareth. So you can set an emote list and a repeat count. That's not a bad idea at all. Make it extremely configurable. And CPB Dev says, this is like the 6th stream I've viewed. Well, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate you spending your day here with me. If folks would like, you're always welcome to put together a pull request if you want to help add some documentation to this project. I think this is a fun project that we've been able to learn from and grow from together. Oh my. I need to start writing this hype command. Let's do it. So it's very descriptive. But if you may have seen folks do this on other channels. So let me do a git checkout and go back to my dev branch. I'm going to take a quick look at what other branches I have here. Yeah, let me get rid of Patrick's branch. I delete branches with git branch -d, and then I can put the name of it there. It's not fully merged. Yeah, I know that. I'm going to use capital D. Goodbye. I'll pull in everything that's out there on GitHub on the public repository. There you go. And you can see it just merged in those changes. All right, let's start writing some code. Let's write some new code. I'm going to turn on live unit testing here so when I break things. And if you've seen how I work on the Stream Tools project before, you know that there's a bunch of abstractions that I have in play here so that my chatbot doesn't have to think about how it's connecting to, how it's communicating with Twitch or Mixer or some other service. Good morning, Return to Dust. Minxie Rose says, breaking things is the best bit. Oh yes, we're going to break all kinds of things. I need a break sound. Do I have a breaking sound? I don't. I've got an explosion. The colors of the Rainbow Challenge bar are inverted. Should not be getting cold to 5,000. It should go to a red hot color in flames. Might be able to do something about that. Let me see here. Eeny, meeny. Let's see. There's the colors. So here's the configuration. And it separates, right? So here's each one of the colors going across, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. If I were to flip-flop them, right? Let's see. Do you work on these products off-stream at all? I'm struggling to move forward with working on my pet project solely on stream. I was for a while. I don't right now. I do have other commitments that I need to keep up. So I'm not currently doing that. All right, so I just moved red to the end. Let me move violet to the beginning. Okay. So this one is orange. We'll move that one to here. Right? Move this one there. Let's see what that looks like now. It didn't change. Huh? Ah, we're getting closer. It's ugly. There we go. I need to flip-flop. It looks like the yellow and the green. Right? Right? So the first color is the purple, then it's blue. So it's these two that need to change, right? Like that. Ah, how about that? There you go. But that is not a rainbow. Well, it's getting hotter, Minxie Rose. We're getting... Right, we're not going for Roy G. Biv. We're flip-flopping it so that we go from cold to red hot. Huh? We are in a bizarro rainbow universe now. I've got a sound effect for this.
Wow. Wow.
Huh? Have you ever touched a rainbow to see how hot it is? No. No. Red Eye Rascal. If it is, you look at it in a mirror. I might do some of mine off stream so I can get some more interesting parts on stream. I think that's a good idea, Gareth, because there are some, we call it yak shaving tasks in development that are kind of pain in the neck, something that isn't fun to do. That to get that done and kind of show a summary on stream, I think is a good idea. You can look on Rainbow from both sides. I moved your cheese. Oh no. What else? Good morning, all. I have today my first web dev interview ever. Joker! best of luck to you. Good luck. Let us know how it goes. Oh my gosh, let us know what happens there. Best of luck. We'll all be thinking of you, you know, and you'll get the job. You've got this made, Joker. All right. Let's all right. Here we go. We're going to start, let's start with adding a new class here. So every one of our commands I put into a separate class so that it's easy for us to isolate and focus on just, here's the command that I've received, and here's how to respond to it. So I'm going to create a hype command class here. All of our classes are public. And if we look at something like our echo command, which is a basic command, you send a command into it, something that has a trigger, like hype, as we're going to do. It has some sort of a description. If somebody says, tell me a little bit more about what this command does. Oh, Fairy Wings just went live. We missed her. And maybe a cooldown, if we want to say you can't run it quite so frequently. And then what do we actually execute and respond? So let's set up our basic command here for the hype command. And after I key that in there, I'm going to put in our chat graffiti that we got for Bits for Bytes already. So I'm going to start right here. Go ahead, implement that. There we go. And just inside this hype command, we'll put our first. And it was Mr. Demon Wolf cheered next. So we'll put Mr. Demon Wolf cheered 100 bits, and then we had 100 from Fairy Wings after that. Thanks so much. We will leave that little bit of cheer graffiti there. So Gareth, what we're doing, so you can see it a little bit further down if you scroll down on my wall, this is a promotion that I want to run called Bits for Bytes. For every cheer over 100 bits that you folks make, I will put a little block of, I'm calling it cheer graffiti, just like you see here, into my code. There we go. To indicate that you're supporting what it is that we're writing code about right now. And I'll indicate how many bits and when the cheer happened, and your name will go into the code, and it'll stay with it to show that you've supported this. Additionally, Twitch has this cool, if you look at it on the top of the chat window, has this cool cheering scoreboard. Whoever comes in at the top of the scoreboard at the end of the month for cheers, I will host, and we'll do a pair programming session in the beginning of the next month. So there you go. That's the story for Bits for Bytes. And I hope it gives everybody an opportunity to participate, get your name into some code, and throw a little bit more support over to our friends at Girl Develop It. All right, so our trigger here for hype is hype. Description. So what's the description? We're going to return a string that says, let's hype up the channel with some cool emotes. All right. Cooldown. How long should it take before you're allowed to hype again? I don't think we want people spamming hype. So I think we want to say something like every 5 seconds. I think that's legit. What is the difference between trigger equals something and the fat arrow notation? Good question, Ninja Ola. This is an automatic property where it's a value that is being able to, you can get it, right? This is actually short for, right, for this. I'm sorry, wait a sec. Something like that. So instead of having this read-only, no, hang on, I'm not doing that. There it is. Instead of having this read-only property here that just returns a string, you can shortcut it to just the fat arrow notation here, right? It's really a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Syntax candy, right? So just to simplify things and make it very clear that this is a property, we've implemented a property. It's read-only, and we're returning this value. So, good question. This is, will you be able to set it, or is it get only? It is get only. You're correct. This is a C#, I believe it's a 7.1 feature, 7.0 or 7.1. And you'll be able to interact with it then. To execute, well, if we're going to make this, configurable, as was suggested earlier in chat, we're going to need to read in the configuration so we can figure out exactly what it is that folks are going to be chatting. So I think I need to receive iConfiguration into this. So let's do that. I'm going to set up a constructor. I'll use my CTOR snippet. That's a standard snippet available in Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. And I'm going to receive iConfiguration. I'll control dot and generate my using statement. And let's save off a copy of that as a read-only field. So it's private, nobody else can get to it, but it's right there. And then I want to get the configuration for this. Want 33D read-only properties can be set in the constructor though. There you go. That's the correct answer. And is it Tho? How do you pronounce your name there? Tho32. And it's wanted. Ah, I got wanted. Love the 33D in there. Is it wanted? Let me know. That was some good pumpkin spice coffee today. All right. I'm going to flip over to G Fuel. Today I've got watermelon G Fuel. I bought a bunch of these little single shots so I could try different flavors. So very cool stuff. Oh my gosh. Wintellect Now. You saw the ad up for it over there. Oh boy. Wanted is fine. All right, terrific. Is it Saint Ho? No. STHO will do. All right, we'll do that. I nearly forgot. Oh, bad, Jeff. I nearly forgot something, and I did forget it yesterday, but I promised I would do it today. Where's my OneNote? Open that OneNote. There it is. I have for you, not me, you. I have a free Wintellect Now code. Everybody in stream, if you're watching this on a recording, sorry you can't use this. No, anybody can use this. Anybody can use this. This is good until December 31st, 2018. If you go to wintellectnow.com and sign up, and I've got a bit.ly for you. I'm going to paste this into the chat room. bit.ly/wincourses. And I've got about 10 different video courses over there. It's an hour, no background music, no distractions, no alerts popping up, no chat room. Strictly focused on ASP.NET. I've got a couple of Git courses over there. But if you head over to Wintellect Now and you sign up for a brand new account with the code that I'm about to put in the chat room, you'll get 14 days free to watch any courses you want. It's good until December 31st that you can sign up and you can use this code, Happy-Halloween. Go ahead and sign up, wintellectnow.com. Use that bit.ly link so it'll jump you right to the promo and the sign-up code, happy-Halloween, and you'll be able to watch all the video courses that you'd like from Wintellect Now. There's great courses there from me, from Bob Tabor, from a bunch of different experts. They're about an hour long, nice and bite-sized. You can watch it over lunch. Grab your friends, grab your colleagues, set up a projector in the meeting room, and check out Wintellect Now free over the next 14 days. Did you catch any of the early keynotes today from Future Decoded? Jenny Leigh Fleury had an awesome talk about accessibility. No, I didn't. And Skull Crusher for Life, I do have an email that I owe you. Something happened and something got dropped along the way yesterday. But I'm going to make good on that from .NET Conf. Got your gift card code yesterday. Awesome. And Janescu, yeah, I thought there was, you know who to be in touch with. You've got email addresses for folks now. .NET Core 3 when? It's coming. It's coming. The team has all kinds of stuff that they're working on for that. All right. So let's put in, we've got some configuration that we're receiving and we want to put into this hype command so that we can appropriately hype up folks in chat. So let's go over here to Stream Tools, and what my configuration currently looks like is here in App Settings. This is where we read things by default to set up and put into our application. So there's my knowledge base ID, my API key for vision and where it goes. This is actually the wrong URL, but that's okay. It gets overridden in other places. I want to, let's see, I've got all these little configuration areas. Follower goal, follower count. I feel like I need a bot configuration area. You know what I mean? Let's go down here. Let's add another area for, let's call it FritzBot. And let's call this hype command, and we'll add another section here. Let's call it template text, and we'll figure out, you know, maybe it's something like that. Repeat count, and we'll make it, should I make it 1 or should I make it 1? What do you think? Bot config commands hype. Then I can have other settings. That's not a bad idea. So if I do that, then I've got this, and then I have other commands in there, and I can have other settings for it. That's not a bad idea at all. Remember with the name FritzBot already exists. It does. Where? Oh, it's up there. HTTP link title command is already there. So let's do this. Grab that. I thought I already had one for those. I've got an extra doodad there. Get rid of that. So here's my, there we go. So now I've got hype command up here under FritzBot. Fantastic. What else do we got? Can I post a link to today's Future Decoded? Absolutely. It would, and the bot will actually translate and put the title of it there in the chat. Is the notice the identity database is separate from the content database? Is that a best practice rather than have one DB? I kept them purposely separate because at some point I'd like to use a separate database altogether for it. Interestingly, it's not translating. It's not going and finding that URL and giving me a title for it. Huh. Interesting. We'll have to take a look at that. Because it should have given you one. Schnewin, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. 4165. Oh my gosh. So cool to see all those folks. Let me put a space here. So here's where my hype command is. So it's under fritzbot, hype command. No, the bot's not even trying to find it. What happens if we drop the HTTPS off of that? Will it find it then? No, it's not even doing the search for it. Interesting. Hey, Chillax Thor. It's going very well. I'm going to restart the bot. Just because I can. Because it's my stream. We'll restart it, put it over there. Bot needs more coffee. Amen. All right, so let's take a look. One link has HTTP, the other HTTPS. Yeah, but it should still... I thought we had a... We'll take a look at that. So let's write our hype command. So we have the configuration. I can reach down through fritzbot to hype command and get the configuration. So... Right, so here's my stream tools, commands, chatbot. I wrote a little integration testing here. Where is it? Console chatbot. There it is. So that I could talk directly to the chatbot without actually having it connect over to Twitch or anything. And I can test it that way too. All right, so let's get the command, the hype text. Yeah, hype text. Let's get that out of configuration. So that's in configuration, and then I'm going to reach through its fritzbot, and then each one of the separations, I believe, is a colon to jump through. So then it's going to be hype command. Where do app settings? Put this vertically here so I can cheat and see exactly what it is. Hype command, and then template text. Template text. Yep. All right. So it'll grab that string. And then let's say repeat count equals configuration. Fritzbot hype command repeat count. All right. So it should have that value there. So what I should be able to do now, right, is do a... do I want to do a for loop on that? Do I want to do a for loop, or isn't there a string command that we can do? Right? Can I do return new string? Ugh. Ugh. Right? Can I give it... I can give it a character array value, and I can tell it how many times to repeat it, can I? Yeah, there it is. Start index length? No. No. No, no. No. Rats. I'm going to need to use a string builder to build this, aren't I? That's going to be annoying. So there's the chat service, right? Let's look back at echo command. Echo command says chat service send whisper. I don't care about the right-hand side. That's the right-hand side of the command. I don't have anything. Is repeat count a string or an int? I have it as an int right now, but you know what? You're right. We should do an int parse on this. Just to make sure. Right? That way we actually have a thing there. So let's say var, let's call this SB equals new string builder. And then for var I equals 0. Ugh. I less than repeat count. SB append. What's append join? No. And there's 22 overloads. Is there one of them here that says times? Ooh, repeat count. Oh, it's a character repeat count. Rats. Nope. So, YWeb commands fires Nightbot. Oh, thanks for that, STHO. What you can do to trigger the Fritzbot is you can do help like that, and it'll show you our commands that we have here. So I'm gonna I want to append hypertext. So I'll get it at least once, right? Yeah. All right. So then I want to end with, and I should make this. It's, hang on. What did echo command do? Made it an async task, and then yeah. So now I can say chat service dot send message async SB toString, and I'm going to await that. Could you do enumerable range map and then do a string join across those? Whoa. Well, when you do, let's take a look at what Gareth is suggesting here. If we say, well, enumerable, right? Dot range generates a sequence of integral numbers within a specified range. Okay, and I know how many. So start at 0, and my count is going to be repeat count. And you're saying dot map. Nah, I don't have a dot map. Well, hang on. No. I think what instead of map, we can do a select. And then if we select, and we read hypertext, and then do, if I do that to array, right, and then a string dot join, right? I mean, I can do that, right? That is a crazy command, right? That has, it certainly works. It does the thing. I think it's a little bit confusing for what I'm trying to accomplish here. I think this is a little bit simpler in syntax, but it sure looks like it work, and that's very F-sharp thinking. Yes, absolutely, very functional. And it would work. Yep. Is Visual kind of like Builder, but on crack on steroids? I have not touched a computer programming program since C++ Builder 5. So this is Visual Studio 2017. It is an integrated development environment. It's got all kinds of features in it to help make development easier. Let me tell you what, I'm going to put this over here so you can see what I'm coding over there. And it's got all kinds of helpers and things. Like these minuses that you see over here indicate that these haven't been touched by the unit test code. But that's okay. We're going to test this in the console right now. For loop expressions, intention is better, I think. Yeah, I think you're right too. And you know what? I don't have a default command here, right? So I can type help and it'll show me all the same commands there. And it knows about hype because I've built in discovery to this. So if I do that, all it says is hype. That's all I want, right? That's it, right? I mean, big deal. What I want to be able to do though is, right, if I take this and make my repeat count 10, Right now, if I do hype, now I get 10 hypes. Done. So we have a hype command. Now, what should we put in our hype command that anybody can use? So I'm going to take a peek over here. I'm going to look at the global emotes that are available on Twitch. I'm scrolling through. I was blessed. Some folks decided to give me a subscription to Quiltoni, to Imperial Girl, and they've got some really cool emotes over there. But what should we make our hype command here? This doesn't take 25 floppies to install the program. Very nice, acrophobic pips. Acrophobic pixie. Very nice. Hype isn't there yet. I didn't deploy the project yet. Just call you Pixie? Not a problem. Not a problem. So I'm looking for what we could do here for a hype command. Looking at the globals here. Am I going to get Twitch partner status? Oh, I hope so. YWeb, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Steve. You're looking a little tired this morning. Looking a little sweaty. Take it easy there, fella. What can we use for hype? What would be a good hype command for us? Twitch lit? That might be cool. Right? There's also just the I am glitch. What do you think, chat room? The latest tools do a lot more of the grunt work for you. Yes. It's more forgiving when you make mistakes. Yeah. Right. If I have some of these things typed wrong and that's not actually a doodad there, see I get a little red underline and I can mouse over it and it says, I don't know what that is. So I've also got IntelliSense, so if I control space, it'll try and auto-complete things. Really neat stuff there. Ooh! Okay. Pixie, those are some good ones. I like the megaphone. I like the... do you mind if I choose the megaphone to start here? What's the text for megaphone? Party popper. Right, is that a global emote? I want to make sure everything's global so that anybody can use it. Why don't... Those are all global? Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Good stuff. All right, so if I change this instead of that, it is party popper. And let's make the repeat count. Let's make it 3. Then when I start my little console chatbot, it should just... Oh, you know what? I didn't put a space at the end. Should I put a space? Force a space? Or do... Now, let's do that. Make you responsible for that. The first 2 might only be for prime people. I don't... It might be. I'm looking for... I'm looking for the party popper. As long as your bot has access to the emote, you can use it. So for my config, the bot would work. Well, the bot actually has its own account. I don't have it using the API right now. That's interesting. I don't see Party Popper here in my globals. Why not? But if I do hype, there it goes. All right. I like it. I'm going to build. There it is, building, doing the build, building the stuff with the C#. Come on, come on. It worked. Usability everywhere, access restricted on the Party Popper. Yeah, it is in the Turbo Prime account. So the Fritzbot does not have it. I like the party hat. The purple bleeding heart and the party hat might be good here. That is bleed purple. Well, let's do this. This works. I'm going to build my rebuild my container. You know what? It doesn't have a version number. Yes. What versions do I have? I have down through 141. I'm going to make this 142. 1.4.2. Because we're just adding another command here. So it's going to do the Docker build. At least it should be. Did I anger it? So this should be building inside of a container, but it looks like I've angered the Docker. Invalid argument. There it goes. So Docker is a container mechanism. It allows us to isolate everything that we're working on, and I have all of the stuff for building and managing our tools here sitting inside of a container. And then by building and deploying this, I end up with a little web application inside of a container that I can run anywhere I'd like. I get extra emotes because I don't like having to wait for my books to get delivered. Amen on that. Yeah. Yeah. If you have the Amazon Prime, you can turn that into Twitch Prime, and it's all good at that point. Everything is fantastic. Getting things delivered really quick. There we go. So now it's pushing out to my private Docker repository. Okay. If I look at the project now, I updated app settings and my hype command. So I am going to add that hype command. And if I commit, I can say added hype command to address. And if I give it the issue number, 145. It'll commit that. Why is it taking forever? Ah, there we go. We'll sign that. There we go. And push that up. There we go. Now I should actually tag that as version 142. So let's do that. I'm going to git tag -F to force as, right, it should be, where's my tags? V142. V142. There we go. Now I will push that tag up. Move it, please. There we go. All right. Fantastic. All right. So if I refresh this, it should say that, yeah, there you go. Added a commit that referenced this issue. And now I'm going to stop the bot here. Can't stop the bot. Can't stop. And I'm going to restart it. Ah, shoot. I shouldn't have restarted it yet. Because I need to actually configure it with the new command. All right. So what do we want our hype command to contain? I'm going to do this because I'm paranoid. And I want to make sure I... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, it's going to be in my env. So I'm going to come back over to this just in case this opens on the wrong screen. Nope, we're good. So what should our hype command contain? What should that text be? So the format is hype command template text. Can't stop the bot. Can't stop. Did you know you can add an issue into the commit message to auto show it as the fix? I thought I did. I did right there. And it didn't. So I like the... Oh, yeah. Well, it just shows up. There, it should also close it. It'll close during a pull request. So the bleeding heart is bleed purple. So let's say bleed purple. What else? I like the party hat. Oh, and that's just party hat. All right. I need to really make this easier for folks to configure, you know what I mean? Repeat count equals 3. Okay. And let's restart the bot. And then we should be able to run that in. There we go. I think that's running. So now if we do... Wait a sec, that's not right. Oh, I forgot the space at the end of my config. Yeah, you got me, Pixie. You're right. You're right. Stream tools... Restart it. One more time. At least it didn't totally break. I appreciate your confidence. There we go. Now we've got a hype command. Yes! And it counts. We deployed something that works. Wrong button, Jeff. That's the one. We've got some code. Nice. C# hype. When I get more emotes, that's not a bad idea for a new one. But I lost my follower count stuff here. Let's get that back up. And this one. Cool. All right. So, hey, Matt the Dev Codes, good to see you. All right, so we put our... No, don't live share. No, don't do that. Bad idea. Go away. Shoo. All right, so we can... added hype command. Go away. All right. Where was I? Go away. I don't want to be sharing. Stop sharing. Bad idea. Okay, we'll see what happens there. So we now have a hype command. So the other thing that we were saying was not just a hype command. Oh, I need a shout out command. Now a shout out command I think is a little bit more. Right, so a shout out command, if you've seen other folks in their streams, They'll do something like SO Matt the dev codes. And the bot will write something like, hey, make sure you check out Matt the dev codes, who was last seen streaming this. With Bits to Bytes feature for stream tools, when cheer comes bot post hype. Huh? J-Rex Asilo, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. So there we go. Anybody can do the hype command if you'd like. That's now available, but let's talk about doing a shout-out command, which I think is a little bit more complicated, but we can certainly, I think, make it happen. I think it'll be easy to do, and we'll be able to test it here. So let's take a look. I have all these commands here. I forget what an extended command is. Oh, this is if it's checking in and saying, can this actually be executed by some user? Where a basic command that we've defined just has a trigger command and a cooldown. There you go. Hype it up there. Shout out to Dev Chatter. Well, okay. Sure. So let me see. So extended command it's passing information about the username in. But I think we also, for something like a shout out command, we want to be able to restrict it to just moderators or other folks or subscribers, those types of things. And we don't have a way currently to identify those folks who do have a permission level. We aren't receiving that information in the chat bot. However, it does come across if you look at the raw data coming out of chat. And I'm going to show you here. Here's what's logged and what comes out of chat that the bot sees. So we get, for example, here's VSU, and no badges, your display color, the display name, emotes, flags. This GUID is your ID to Twitch. The room ID, this is my channel. But here, right, this is Fritzbot, and Fritzbot is a moderator, is a subscriber at level 0, because it won a subscription during a giveaway. So there's information here. Right, user type mod. See that? So I think if we looked for either mod equals 1 or user type equals mod, I think we should look for mod equals 1. We can indicate that somebody's a moderator and that they're allowed to post in there. Badges has that information as well. Hey, Cam, good morning. So I see it in both places, right? So I can go after it there. So here's Red Eye Rascal. Is a premium, right? Has Twitch Prime. You could see Red Eye Rascal has the crown in chat. So, and the badge is really, this is the icon to display, right? If we, and see, here's user type for Chillax Thor, and it doesn't. But I think you're right. Mod equals 1 would be easier to pick up. Right, I'm looking to see. The other one to find would be the owner himself. In my case, the owner himself, which is right. So if I find so user type is just equals here. However, yeah, see it. The badge broadcaster 1 is on there. So I should be able to run as well. But so Pixie, I think you're right. We can grab mod equals 1, but I think we also want to grab broadcaster /1, and use that to identify that this is the broadcaster, and then we can pass some of that information along into our chat command and be able to work with it there. All right, so we got about a half hour. Maybe we can finish this. Let's see. So I want to change the extended command. I'm going to do a Shift F12 here so I can see where all it's being used. It's being used in image descriptor, Azure, Q&A, hyperlink command. Because this... Yeah. Maybe we can get away with it as a basic command. Because we have the trigger text and we'll have the right-hand side. So we'll know what that is. Brendan has an enum of user roles. I don't want to do that because... user roles is about to change. Twitch does use the IRC protocol, yes. If mod equals 1, then. Yep, I kind of agree with you. Twitch is actually going to be extending the roles, and they're going to be adding the ability to... create additional roles on your stream. That's something that they've added and they're going to be configuring and making available. But Twitch does use the IRC protocol. So, if I also pass in the person's if I pass in the collection of badges that they have, no, that's right. It's not right. Looking at this, right. So here's Vortex, DJ Vortex, right. Subscriber equals 0. That's fine, but badges equals 0. User type. Can you connect the standard? Yes, Digital Gnome. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I've connected a TCP client to the Twitch IRC endpoint, and that's what I'm listening, and I'm getting this coming out. And I can see when people join, like St. Lucifer just joined. Update user roles to DB, for example, from Twitch via TwitchLib. No, I refuse to use TwitchLib, Janescu. There's a little bit more control that I have over what I'm receiving and interacting with. So here's badges premium 1, badges subscriber 0, premium 1, moderator 1, subscriber 0, Fritzbot. So, you know what, Pixie, I think mod equals 1 was a good way to go, but I think we want to grab the badges and do a split on the badges next to it. And then just enumerate, here's the badges that this person has. And then we'll be able to iterate through those and be able to do something with it. I think that's going to be the most flexible way to go. From Twitch API to get user roles, what broadcaster have set. So, let's do this. So this, I'm just getting the trigger command and the right-hand side. What is the chat supposed to look like in the browser developer tools? Can I get the same information in the browser? No, I don't think you can. I haven't tried it out, WorldWake. So I'm going to go over to the chatbot itself here. So the chatbot raises and connects to a series of services. It starts those services and wires up these commands so that when it receives a chat message, we're going to process it and figure out what to do. And processing decides, well, am I able to handle this as a basic command, which is down here? And we're going to pass that information off if the trigger was in fact triggered. If the trigger equals the trigger that was passed in. And I love that when we got this initially from Jobun, it was passed in, and we're doing all this with spans. So it's using read-only memory to get to these things, and we're passing that read-only memory back and forth. So it's really just doing this check back and forth and saying, well, does it equal the trigger command? And if it does, pass in the username and the right-hand side, which is a string it's passing. What's the IRC endpoint? I'm going to stick hex chat on it. I'm using Chatty, actually. And you can see the IRC endpoint. Shoot. Is irc.chat.twitch.tv. And that'll get you in there. Your nick must be your Twitch username handle. Your password should be an OAuth token. And here's where you need to go get your token. And you can work with it like that. All right, so I want to open this up and pass in an array of badges that you have. So I'm going to be able to get, right, so he does trigger slice n+1. All right, hang on. Let's take a look here. So it's receiving... So trigger is e-message as memory from 1. Okay, so the message being passed, right, E is the chat message event args. Where's E being set? Oh, wait a sec. Haha, it's up here. Chat message event args. Am I already setting is moderator on this? I am. No, on Twitch. Hang on. We're just defaulting it to false right now. New message event args. What does that contain? Username, the message, and is it a whisper? Okay, so the message... Rats, missed it. Missed it by that much. Hang on. Where is it? So is moderator. Right, this is coming in from chat message event or new message event args. Right, let me pin this down. And if I look at where that is, that message nope, wrong one. Not the one I wanted. Bouncing all over the place here. It's fun. It's coming out of chat client. Yeah, and it's just passing in the raw chat message. Oh, no. Wait a sec. It's not passing the raw message. New here, reading his profile now. We don't need no stinking badges. Yeah. I want to right? I want to get... If this is a chat message, I need that raw message that's coming in so I can detect if they're a moderator. And this is in the Twitch chat client. Yeah, and it's not passing along whether or not they're a moderator here in the new message event args. So on Twitch, no problem, Pixie. I completely understand if you're confused. Let's back up a little bit. I have this method that processes a message on Twitch. Let me collapse this one down. So I'm interacting with Twitch's chat. That's what this class does. When it receives a message, it's going to process it. And it's going to check to go get the username out of it. And it's then going to say, well, let's go get the chat message. And if it matches the format that we specify for a chat message, it's going to rip out just the text that you keyed in, right? Because if you look at what the chat message looks like, so I'm going to go to your IR confuzzled message, right? This is what Twitch gave us. And I have a regular expression that knows how to isolate down to this and find just that last bit there and say, oh, this is the actual text that you keyed in, and I want to operate on that. So I need a little bit more now to be able to say, well, let's go get the badges, and let's just put that collection of badges, let's just put it as a string array onto this, and I think that'll be a good way to go. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab @badges equals, and then any text between that and the next semicolon, and then go from there. Can I, from the username, know whether or not it's a mod on the channel? Not from the username, but I can know if the username matches the channel name, that it's the admin, that it's the broadcaster. But I can know from the badges if you're a moderator. So that's the format we're going to go after. There is a mods flag, and I'm looking, I don't see a moderator here. Yeah, badges we'll be able to iterate through. I've got a couple of questions here. It looks like some new folks are joining us. Let me pause for a second and answer their questions. Lazarut, does .NET combine web dev, mobile dev, desktop software dev in a single place? .NET is a framework that you can use for all of those things: mobile dev, web dev, desktop software dev, IoT dev, machine learning, and you can use a whole bunch of different languages for that purpose. I'm using C# here. It's the predominant language used with the .NET frameworks. But you'll also see folks use Visual Basic, use F#, and a bunch of other languages that have been compiled and will work with the .NET runtimes. So very cool stuff, and I do welcome additional questions like that. Revaver? I don't know where I'm getting users from. This isn't just the Twitch API. I'm using the Twitch IRC to connect to. Iron Python. Yes, Cam, we can do that. Oh, come on, Revaver. Yes. .NET's great because it works now cross-platform on Windows, Mac, Linux. You can compile down for your iPhone, for your Android phone. It works great on all those places. Completely open source. You're free to download the source code, change it up, make it however you'd like. So, Rav is fine. Fantastic. I will run with that, Rav. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you stopping by and participating, of course. Raspberry Pi. Cam did a great presentation about .NET with Raspberry Pi as part of .NET Conf back in September. You can find that presentation out there if you're interested. So let's put together a little regular expression that'll grab that collection of badges. And we do need those stinking badges. If you have a 2018 Samsung Smart TV, yes, Samsung televisions are running .NET Core. Rav says, I don't think you're getting a lot of info. I'm getting a lot, actually. But let's put together, let's use a template here, an online regular expression tester. Reg expression tester to build and figure out what exactly we want to do to isolate and identify those badges. So here, I'm going to grab this message here. This is a message from, who wrote this? From Rav, in fact. So let's grab that. I'm going to paste that in there. Okay. Last time I played with their IRC stuff was 5 years ago. Yeah, there might be some new stuff here. So let's do this. Let's cobble together an expression so that we can isolate. And I want to get everything from at badges to the first semicolon. So I want to match at badges equals, and then it's anything that isn't a semicolon. So I think I want to go right caret dot. So I say not that. And I want to grab that one or more, not dot, not semicolon. There we go. And I'm going to grab that. Oh, I think I want a star on that. So I get it 0 or more times, right? Versus a plus is 1 or more times. SSL is not supported for Twitch IRC. Yeah, they need to work on that, don't they? I wonder if I can write software for those TVs. You can. Samsung has a developer program you can check out, and you will be able to work on. Yes, I do know my regex, Rav. I've been working on that. You know why I know my regex?
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Very particular.
Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Very long career. I've been working hard at those. Perl. Now cut that out, digital. No. JavaScript, to be perfectly honest. All right, so I'm going to copy this regular expression out now that I know and I've figured out exactly what it is that I need. Let's go back over here. I'm going to write a regular expression attribute way up here. So I will create internal, hey, static, read-only, regex, and this is going to be to get the badges, is a new regex. So I use the @ sign to escape my characters. I don't want it to think there's any control codes in there. So @ and then we're looking for @ badges so that we can capture that grouping in there. All right. Now I'll go back to my chat processing down here. So review messages. Here we go. So this is processing message. The username is chat client username match on the message groups 1 value. So I want to create badges equals chat client RE badges match on the message. It's going to be groups 1 value. So I should get something no matter what because it's grabbing a star there. Other regexes I can usually find on Stack Overflow. Now I've got a problem trying to solve using regex. Congratulations, I have 2 problems. I see what you're doing there, Cam. CSS and C++, says Pixie. Oh, man. Hardcore developer there. That's awesome. Much respect to the C++ developers out there. And Gareth, I see you're quoting... If you have a problem, then use regex. Now you have more problems. Yeah. If I was writing this, I'd be doing it in PHP, and I would have exploded the thing on the semi and then removed badges from the string to get the data. That's not bad either. That's not bad either, and that's a way that I could have done it as well. I like using the regexes because it'll grab just that block of text that I need and then move it along. Pixie says, IR the old and stubborn. I think I still have my C++ manual from high school. Oof. That is hardcore. More power to you, more power to you, Pixie. Yeah, love the hype command now. All right, so if I have that, if I do a dot split, and I want to split on, right, the badges come in, and they're going to be separated. I'm finding they're separated with commas. So the Fritzbot has moderator /1. You know what? I'm just going to copy what Fritzbot has. And paste it over here. So we can all see it. So when in Fritzbot's case, it has moderator /1, comma, subscriber /0. So I can, if I split on the comma, I'll get those two sets of badges there. So if I split on comma, now my badges it'll be an array and it'll have that appropriately there. So let me scroll down here. So I have badges, that'll be loaded up with that. So new message invoke, new message event args. I want to open up new message event args and add public string. I'll make it an array, badges, and I'll make it get set so I can just tack those onto it. And let's add badges equals badges. So now I'm passing along into my new message event args. Might only be shown if the user chooses not to hide them, though, so I'm not sure how reliable they are. I think moderator, you do have to show. I'm going to take a peek here at my configuration. And if I click edit appearance, the ones that you can hide and show are like your global badge, like the Twitch Prime or your TwitchCon 2018. Make sure you add a conditional to make sure badges isn't empty. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. So what I can do is this. No. I can do that. So, right, if I use the double quote, right, the double quote is the, no. I want to do new string like that so that I get an empty array coming through. If badges is null, right, this is the null coalescing operator. So if this is null, we're going to by default jam an empty string in there. So you always have that. Ooh, Lazarote. What projects would you recommend to a beginner who's learning programming using C++ as the programming language? Oof. Wow. I would say take a class. As a beginner, C++ is one that you're going to need to spend a little bit more time on. In stream chat, the badges are swapped. They are. Good point. All right. So now I have that information and I've updated my new message event args. So if I go back here to the Twitch service, so it's received new message event args, I can detect if they're a moderator by looking at their badges. And if they have moderator /1 as one of the items in there, right? So if I say, right, if I do E badges contains, come on. Tell me I'm getting this right here, chat room. Right? So if it contains that, then they are a moderator. Oh, and then owner, that's right. Chat client channel name equals username. Fantastic. C++ is tough enough that I would... It's tough because it's low level and there's a lot of things you need to consider around memory management. You can certainly get a book on it. If you're an experienced programmer, you might be able to get away with getting a book. But if you're not, if you're new to the software development game, I would really look at taking a class on that. Because it's It's tough. And a lot of community colleges, at least here in the States, will have a C++, an intro to C++ course available to you that you can check out. So I've got, if someone is a moderator, if they're an owner, okay, terrific. So now I can back out and look at processing those basic commands over here in the bot. So handle basic commands. So I want to pass in to a basic command, right? So a basic command. Right now I'm passing trigger. I have the trigger command, I have the description, I have the cooldown, and when I execute, I'm passing the username and read-only memory. Now I have a couple of basic commands already out there. I want to be able to pass information about the badges, well, about whether the person's a moderator or if they're the broadcaster. Raventhorn, that's a great point. Pluralsight is your friend. And I'm going to call out Wintellect Now again. So I shared a link earlier in case folks didn't see it. Wintellect Now has courses available to folks. I have a free code for folks if you want to try. If you log on to Wintellect Now using that link, use that code, you'll get 14 days of free video courses you can check out. I think there's some C++ courses up there. I'm not sure. But give it a try. It's free. And I do agree with Raventhorn. Don't rely on colleges to advance your career. Here's a dirty secret. Yes, I'm a graduate from the Pennsylvania State University. I didn't learn a thing there that I use in programming as part of my degree, as part of my my profession. I was not taught programming languages. I was taught Fortran. I wasn't taught anything around .NET. I wasn't taught Visual Basic. I wasn't taught SQL. In fact, I taught SQL there in Oracle. So if you're going to go into software development, expect to be teaching yourself things. The only constant in software development is change. Expect to be doing a lot of homework where you're going to be spending time learning new techniques, new architectures, new things that are being evolved on the internet, and new languages. You're going to be learning new stuff every 3 or 4 years and evolving your career. Binary Chef. Nice handle. Nice handle, Binary Chef. My degree is in music. I was a composer, I'm a self-taught developer, and I am authoring courses for Pluralsight Now. Well done. Well done. All right. My degree is in communication, says Cam. For my money, a humanities degree is way more valuable in a software career than a comp sci degree. I think you're pretty well on there. Ed says 100% self-taught degree in electronics engineering. You're laying the groundwork for those things, and you need to be able to learn on a regular basis. So I'd love to get into authoring courses. Take a look. Pluralsight has an authoring program. Wintellect Now has an authoring program. You can get in touch with folks, and you could say, you can give them an audition video. They'll review it and get back to you as to what you can and cannot expect out of it. I need to upgrade this interface if I'm going to add the ability to pass along the badges into a basic command. If I'm updating the interface, I'm going to either break all of my existing commands, or I'm going to need to add a new interface. So let's version our interface. This is something I haven't done in a long time, but I think we can have some fun with. So let's create an iBasic command 2. And iBasic command 2, I think, should do the same things as iBasic command. Except we're going to create a new execute. So let's add a new execute here. And this time, we're also going to include a collection of badges. There we go. Badges carried by the user. So we can decide whether or not to output stuff. How many colleges teach you how to install an SSL cert? I kind of agree. Probably 0. However, I bet that there's a lot more now. Adding stuff to an interface. Scary stuff that would be suited better in yesterday's stream. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. String badges. Why do I have a... I've got an extra space there. That's what it's... No. We're good. Oh, wait. No, that's right, because this is an interface declaration. Okay. So now I have an extra execute that I can call and pass in badges. Cool. So if I go over to Fritzbot, what I can do here is before this command execute, I can actually say if command is basic command 2, do the additional information, right? I can say command as basic command 2, execute, and then I can pass in all the information, right? Chat surface, E, username, E. Oh, I can't pass in badges. I don't have badges here to pass in because I've received a different type. I've got chat message event args. All right, let's not receive badges then. Bad idea. Bad idea. Let's say bool is moderator. Bool is broadcaster. So we've got that information. And then we could say is moderator, is owner. And then the right-hand side, that's the rest of the stuff. Yep, and we're going to need to await that. Done. Otherwise, do the other thing. Fantastic. Are companies looking for programmers with a degree or experience with a certain language or a bonus combo of both? I think it's a bonus combo of both is really what you're looking for. A degree certainly helps, but I think what you would want, what I see companies looking for is experience. Folks that are saying, oh yeah, I've done this, and they can look at code you've written on GitHub. And that's where helping on open source projects helps out in generating a little bit of status to show here's what I've done, here's what I'm capable of. I'm just going to check my calendar here real quick to make sure we're in good shape. All right, I have a 1 o'clock. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. All right, so this now knows how to call and pass that information in. Crazier, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. 4168 on the follow. Oh, Raventhorn. Clients can be painful, but they pay the bills. Another follow. Kevin69, thank you for the follow. Let's bump up the sound for that sad trombone. We're also going to do that. Let's bump up the rim shot. Who's that latest one? Crazier. I thought you did just follow. Why am I getting 2 follows? All right, there we go. Cool. All right, so now I have this extra information that I can pass into my new command that we're going to add that's a little bit more than a basic command because it's going to pass some authentication information. Clients confuse Angular and React as learning JavaScript. Oh, man. Well, yeah, there's that problem. All right, so if we have shoutouts, shoutouts are things that should only be done by a moderator or an administrator. So let's add a new class. Wrong hotkey. Shift-Alt-C will give me a new class. And we will call this... wait, am I doing it in the right folder? Let's make sure we're doing it in the right folder. Let's call this shout-out command. And we're going to make this a public class. And we're going to extend ibasic command 2. And let's implement that. This execute. Let's leave it with throw not implemented because I'm not going to implement this one. Our trigger will make the SO because that's typically what folks do. Issue a shout out to another streamer. Right? Promoting them on stream. All right, cooldown. Time span from seconds. Let's give it 5 seconds. Okay. So what are we going to do? Well, first I want to make sure that the person is a moderator or is a broadcaster. So if is moderator or is the broadcaster, you're good to continue. But I want to exit quickly if you're not. Right? Let's put in a wait on this. In which case, we're just going to return. What? Oh, not await. Async. That's better. All right. If you are, then we're going to look at who's on the right-hand side, and we're going to turn that into a shout-out for that person with a link to their channel. So let's do something. We're expecting one word. The first word. I love the discussion right now in the chat, and I'm skipping it a little bit here because it's not talking about what I'm writing right here. Rav is right. Most companies do want a developer who can learn quickly, dive into their current application, understand it quickly, and be up to speed and be able to become productive very quickly. What's Raventhorn? You could say that about a botany degree and still do development on the side. Good point. Hardest thing when beginning to learn to code is picking a language and sticking with it. No matter what you pick, someone's going to tell you to pick a different one. Yes, the dogma around programming languages is very strong in the community. You will hear people say, and go learn this language. And then they'll come back and say, well, no, you really should use this other language. Great example. I was talking to a company the other day, and they were doing everything in Node.js, and it was amazing. And they've built a giant application platform that's really, really cool. And the architects came back about a year ago and said, you know what? Let's rebuild everything in Go. And they're a year in, and they are rewriting their entire web application as Go because an architect said, do this. Dougie Johns, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Oh, Vortex, you're killing me here. Yeah, come on, Vortex. All right, so if the person is... So the right-hand side, I want to look at the right-hand side, which is a read-only memory collection of characters. Let's take a look at an example of how that's being used. So there might be something like the hyperlink command. Well, this has a can execute and it has the string of the right-hand side text. No. Help command, I know this is a basic command. And the right-hand side, if it is empty, string join. So that's if it is empty. RHS span, and the span, yeah, will actually end up giving you back a string. It's actually looking... You got that story beat. We have a client. We started with AWS services on PHP and MySQL, the LAMP stack. Okay. Went to Angular 2, DynamoDB, then to React, Gatsby, Mongo, to now React, Algolia, Contentful, AWS. That is crazy to be bouncing around like that. That is insane. I am so sorry to hear that. That is just wow. All right, so if I say RHS, right, if I say span, that'll give me the read-only span as characters. I need to get this as, well, all right, isn't that a string? Right? I want to make sure that it's just a word, that there's no spaces. What did this do? I see Pac-Man Jr. got blocked here. What happened here? Hang on. What's going on here? All right, got to keep an eye on something here. No block? Okay. Okay. All right, I'm blanking here on how to use the span. I want to make sure that it's just a single word. Otherwise, it's going to be shout out and it's going to be weird. But I need to actually get that back as a string so I can join it together and turn it back into... Well, it's actually, that looks like it's turning it back into a string right there. No problem. You released a block. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so if I want to turn this into a shout-out command, we're going to say, let's create a string builder. New string, which feels weird since we're using spans, but okay, whatever. All right, so let's say something like, please follow at HTTPS Twitch TV, and then it's going to be something like that. I think that works. And then I want to say await chat service send message async, and it's going to be that string, which I guess we didn't really need a string builder for, right? I can cut this out. Now I should put some sort of error checking validation in there so that nobody, right? So that nobody kills that and tries to put something in there, right? Right, if I do that, I could say if RHS test starts with HTTP, right, just return, ignore that. I could put some other things in there. I also want to make sure it's a single word. So if RHS test dot, if it contains a space, return as well. There we go. All right. And I think that'll do it. I think that's the quick and dirty easy for this. So let me give it a try now in my console chatbot and see what this looks like. Just did my little cheater friendly local one here. When something breaks, it's always the developer's fault. Yes, it's always the last person who touched the code. You touched the code, it's your fault. So now if I try my new shout out command, and I want to shout out, let's shout out Pac-Man Jr. So if I do that, it didn't do anything. Why didn't it do anything? Oh, you know why? Because I'm not a moderator and I'm not a broadcaster. Let's do this. For right now, I'm going to comment that out because I know it caught that properly. We URL encode it and try it. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Is some serious good testing for my new Microsoft Split keyboard. All right, so let's try this. Here we go. Pac-Man Jr. again. So it actually gets down into that. Please follow Pac-Man Jr. at Twitch TV, Pac-Man Jr. And I think that's a good idea. We should test to see if that exists. We want to make sure that we get that we URL encode what was shouted out and put it in there. So let's make sure we URL encode the right-hand side there. You know what? Let's do this. Let's just say RHS test equals. Do I have? I don't have it here. Where is URL encode? It's hanging off of something, isn't it? No. I forget where URL encode is in the. Where is URL encode? Server utility. Well, that's a pain in the neck. Do I have access to it? In .NET Core. Where is it? Where is it? Web utility. Yeah. All right, so now I've got it. And I can say like that, right? But I should test to see if that URL exists. You're absolutely right. How should we do that? How should we best do that? I need an HTTP client to do it. But I'm going to want... I put comments for me first. Yep. Always put notes in your code. Oh, yeah. Oh. Jex Lumikoff. Thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. 4171. Oh, man. I'm going to have to dye this beard for that conference. It's going to have to be done. I'm going to come down here to Stream Tools and check out my startup. In here, I'm configuring HTTP client. I'm configuring it somewhere. There it is. So this is our GitHub HTTP client. We should add another one. Tappermate, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us here. I will call this the Twitch... let's call this the shout-out command so that it knows which one we're going after. Yeah. Let's put some additional configuration on this. The base address we're going to is new URI twitch.tv, so that we just have to pass in the name of the folks that we're going to. So now I have a shout-out command HTTP client. So let's go back over here, and I will create a constructor, and we will receive an HTTP client factory. Let's add that reference. Come on. There we go. And I want to save a copy of my appropriate equals HTTP client factory create client for my shoutout command, which is already configured. It knows what that is. It knows what to do with that. Generate read-only field. Yeah. So now I've got my client. So now down here I can test if it exists. Here we go. Result equals HTTP client get async, and then the request URI that I'm going to, check this out, is RHS test, and I'm going to await that. So now I can, if I can inspect that result, so I can say if result dot status code team throwing away a front end that was just a year old is a painful thing. So IH developer, we're building a little bit of a bot here that's going to interact with the chat room. I want to make sure that it's an okay status code. If it's a bogus status code, I just want to return, right? If it's not okay, return, right? So just to confirm, let me come over here. Let's try going to someplace that doesn't exist. I'm going to go to Twitch TV, Jeffrey Fritz. I know that person doesn't exist out there on Twitch, so I should get some sort of a 404 coming back on this. Let's just make sure that Twitch is returning an appropriate... No, they returned a well, that's on the CSS. Let's see what they return. No, they returned a 200. How do I know that that channel doesn't exist? Oh, there we go. On API Twitch TV. So let's change my URL to this. And make sure we get a 404. Ooh, stripping off the @ symbol. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let me dial that in here, but I'm going to change the URL that I'm going to from Twitch TV to the API and make sure that we get so going to that, and if I go to Jeffrey Fritz, who doesn't exist, I get a bed request 400. Right, it's a 400. I want a 200 coming back, because if I change this to C# Fritz, I need to specify a client ID. Crap. I do have a client ID. I do have a client ID. There it is. It's in the configuration. Don't I have configuration up here? Yes. So I can say, ugh. Hang on. I've got to put... Where do I put that client ID? Where do I put that client ID? Where? It's in my Twitch service. Let me come over here. And let's go to, Twitch service, and I want to find client ID. Excuse me. What? Hang on. Here. Nope, that's not it either. I wrote my own Twitch client that knew how to talk to Twitch with the client ID, but this is going against IRC. Rats. Need to go record a video for your MVP application. You need to record a video for it? Alrighty. Automod is picky today. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Pac-Man Jr., for picking up on that. No. All right. I think it's just client ID is what I need to specify to go against the Kraken API. Let me try going there again to Twitch TV / right. Let me go here. And let's watch that network tab and see when it hits. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to see that 404 come up. There it was. There it is, right there. Right, so the headers that it passes along, let's take a look. Twitch trace ID, I don't care about that one. Request headers, there it is, client-ID. All right, so I'm going to come back over to configure services. Yep, add client-ID, and then we're going to add that client ID. Oh, thanks, Rav. I appreciate the follow. So now it should be going to that appropriate place, and I should get an OK status code coming back if you pass something in that is legit. So let's try this again. Realized you hadn't followed yet. Oh, yeah. So, Rav, yeah, that's what this client ID bit is. Could not load HTTP. Right? My reference there inside the bot is wrong. Let me go back up. Let's take a look. No, we don't want that. Go away. What we do want... Yeah, we've got NetCore app, which should have systemnet HTTP. We're receiving an HTTP client factory in other places. Huh? I'm receiving it in other places. Ah! In the GitHub command. The GitHub stuff. Dude, really? What a waste. Right, so here in the GitHub controller, we're receiving that HTTP client. Where is it? Where it's doing the actual queries. Get recent contributors. GitHub client. Oh, man. Come on, I'm using iHTTP client here somewhere. This is the only place? Dunga Hammer fan, you ask me to do that a lot. Yeah, the goal is coming along, Bokyo. Yeah, we are. I'll do it today there, Dunga fan. Guten Nachmittag, Deutschland. Why can't I receive iHTTP client factory? I should be able to work with that. Or am I just receiving HTTP client factory? Do I have an extra interface on that? Where is it? Here. Nope, doesn't know what that is. Purity Control, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Shoot. And it's a named client. I've done this before. Get a named typed HTTP client. So add HTTP client, and then when I want to receive it, that's a terrible answer. I do not like that. What do we got over here? Right, so here's Glenn. We actually went through this on stream long time ago. Outgoing middleware. Now I want to receive that and create a typed client, and then it's receiving that client into an object. Yeah. No. Does Steve have something here? Why am I getting this wrong? I thought we had this right here. Add HTTP client, the name, and then oh, that's for a client cert. No. Named clients. So we add the client. Yeah, how do I receive it? HTTP client factory. Now, why doesn't it know where HTTP client factory comes from? Ugh. Go away, bookmarks. Yeah, it should be coming out of systemnet HTTP. Right there. Sure, go ahead, remove the unnecessary ones. But it doesn't... Package Microsoft extensions HTTP. Yeah, it is. It's in the SDK. Oh, wait a sec. I'm in all these system ones. You're right. It's not there. What? Where? Edit. 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 There we go. I'm surprised it didn't prompt me for it. Microsoft extensions HTTP. Let's see, it should bring that in now. Nope. Didn't like it. Let's back up one. Manage NuGet packages. Microsoft extensions HTTP. There it is. I don't want the 2.2. Give me the 2.1.1. That's fine. I thought I just added that. Whatever. So now if I control dot on this, I should be able to change that to HTTP client factory. There we go. All right, now we're good. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, let's try this again. Console chatbot. Here we go. You're gonna tick me off here. Downgrade from 2.1.1 to 2.0 in Microsoft extensions logging. I don't care. Do the downgrade. freaking kidding me, right? Just do it. No. Console chatbot is complaining about it also, but extensions logging abstractions from 211 to 210. Do it.
Do it!
That's right, Shia. No. I'm explicitly telling it. Extensions logging abstractions. And I need to go, I mean, no. This is over in the console chatbot project, which is my little test project, which I'm okay with. What did it just do? What did I do? No. Edit. Come on. I thought we registered that. I thought we registered the client factory. Why, UI order. Let me go back to the configure services. Right, I added the HTTP client. I've got one here for GitHub. Oh, you know what? We don't... Yeah, thanks, Cam. I know, Skull Crusher. Ugh. Hang on. I don't want to miss what Pixie's saying here. In the test bit, there might be a return loop. Excuse me. No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay there. So we fixed these two, but for some reason that register for the client factory, yeah, services at HTTP client. Or can I Right, so named client, services at HTTP client. It receives the client factory and then create the client with the named bit. And it... you have a sympathy headache for me? Thanks. Thanks. Oh. Why? Let me look at that error list. No. It was when we were trying to run it. It didn't know how to add it. Well, it doesn't know how to add it from here. Let me take a look at how that console chatbot works, because it might not be setting all that up properly. Interactive console, new console chat service, create the Fritz bot, new service collection, configuration builder, add my user secrets, register commands, build service provider. So it hasn't registered. I don't have that same configure services bit added over here. So let's do that. This is actually called service collection here. And I need to give it a Twitch client ID. That's going to be inside my config, which is actually built there. So let's move it down a smidge. And now I can receive this on config. And now I should have it. Now it should have registered that. You're going to lurk for a bit? All right. Sounds good. So let's try shout out C# Fritz. Here I am. It's going to look at the right-hand side, which is C# Fritz. Good. We're going to URL encode that, which still turns out to C# Fritz. We're going to try to get that. The result is a 200. Yes! Which will return the message. Please follow C# Fritz at blah, blah, blah. So now if I try shout out and I try that bogus Jeffrey Fritz guy that we know doesn't exist, it doesn't return anything. Fantastic. Last thing was, right, there was the suggestion if it starts with an @ sign, chop it. So let's do that. If RHS test starts with @RHS test equals RHS test substring 1. And then I think that'll do it. I think that. Aren't you receiving an HTTP client in the read-only variable instead of an IHTTP? It's an IHTTP client factory. All right, so now let's do SO at C# Fritz. I can turn that off. Please follow at C# Fritz at blah, blah, blah. You know what? I like it with the @ symbol better. So that you know that you've been mentioned. So let's do this. Let's make this RHS test and throw an @ symbol in front of it. What do we got here? All right. Oh, wow. I'm running long. Good. I think we're ready to ship this. Let's build and make sure everything works. And good. All right. Let's try rebuilding this. So I am going to, let's add this. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Added shoutout command. No, I keyed it in wrong. There we go. Push that up. And I will make this 143. Ooh, crap, you're right. Oh, crap. You're right. Oh. Thank you. Oh. That's okay. We can git commit amend. I hate this. I have to git pull and then git push. Yeah. Oh, crap. Look at this mess. No. That's better. Hideous, but better. All right. Now, let's build. Oh, thank you for catching that, Chris. Good spot. That's pair programming at its best. Wait a sec. My coins aren't loud enough. Yeah, there we go. What will you do with the second execute method and shout out? Just ignore it. It's detecting that it's a basic command too and not using it. Come on, here we go. It does. It does violate it. That's okay. There we go. Pushed it up and love it. All right, I'm going to shut down the bot the way that I have it now, and because it always runs the latest, I should now have a shout out command out here. So if I say shout out, and let's say Pac-Man Jr. again. Oh, wait a sec. It crashed. It crashed. Why did it crash? Yeah. Come on. There's the bot. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's not going to work. There's a bug in there we're going to need to fix. But it's deployed at this point, and I am out of time. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open an issue for that. Broke the bot in the latest build. This is a bug. We're going to need to address this. I may take this offline and take care of it later because I need to have the bot offline when I'm running. So let's review where we are so far. So we built our hype command. We built a shout out command, but it's got a little bit of an issue in there that we're going to need to address. I'm going to take it offline and address that. We went through, we introduced bits for bytes today. You can find more information about it down below on the Twitch channel. If you're watching the recording of this, come on out and join us during the live show, and you can participate in our bits for bytes promotion. And just like I did earlier in the stream, we'll drop your name in some comment graffiti in the middle of our code if you cheer in the middle of while we're programming together. Huge thanks to all of our friends in the chat room today. I saw some really, really great discussion back and forth, but I'll be back tomorrow and we'll take a shot at some more code that we're working on here. I think we want to go back to CoreWiki and we can focus on finishing that startup experience. It is just about done. We just need to save our final configuration data and reload that up properly. So thanks so much, everybody. This video will be archived and available on YouTube a little bit later today. I think we had a lot of fun today. Thanks so much to all of our new followers. I think we had about 15, 20 new followers today, and we have a lot of different viewers join us throughout the day. Now, I think I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I think we should check out and see, is Fairy Wings? She is. And it's her 2-year partner anniversary. So here's what I would like to do. I think we should raid Fairy Wings today. And Fairy Wings has been a great supporter of me here. Fairy Wings makes chainmail here on Twitch. Really neat crafting stream. If you want to hang around, if you want to have a good time and check out all the fun that's going on over there on Fairy Stream, just stick around. You don't have to do anything, and we will take you right over there. But I'm going to let her know. Incoming raid. Thanks so much, everybody. It was a lot of fun to be with you today. I hope you enjoy checking out what she's got going on, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some more on CoreWiki then. Alrighty? Take care. We'll see you.
Guys, if you have not followed Fritz, you need to follow Fritz. Holy shit. Holy crap. Guys, if you're not following Fritz, please, please, please follow Fritz. Please, please, please follow Fritz. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh my god, Malfunk, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub.